Hello again, everybody. Harry Carey from Wrigley Field on a beautiful day for baseball.
All right, welcome to the Baseball Show. Today is Wednesday, June 19th. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your wacky Wednesday. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you're using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by the Raymond Report. Come learn each and every day about the 5 fundamentals of sports handicapping, and we talk about value, percentage play, the performance cycles, player availability, and we use a strict money management system. Come learn more about the Raymond Report today. In fact, take advantage of the free Raymond Report. If you go to the website, atsstats.com, click on MLB at the top, go in the pull-down menu, go to the game of your choice, and you will get the free Raymond Report Lite version of the Raymond Report. If you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see some of the best stats and trends in the business right here at atsstats.com. All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening wherever you are located on the World Wide Web. And if I'm going to do a good morning.
Good morning, Vietnam!
Yeah, that's the way you kick off a wacky Wednesday. And Timothy Hague says, game starts at 12:20 today. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Ball Cash is in the house. Haven't seen my good friend Ball Cash. And good to see you and the ATL crew. And hopefully you guys are having a good start to your day. And you know what? We'll get right into it because we do have a lot of early games here today. And before we do that, let's see how our picks did yesterday in the premium section. I think it was a so-so day. We had the winner in the Pittsburgh Pirates under. We lost with the Tigers over. We won with Tampa Bay Rays over. We had the Cardinals. We lost by 1. We had Seattle Mariners, and that was a nice win. And then we lost with Baltimore. And so if you look at our total record on the day, 3-3, 50%. Hey, even Steven, like a good Jerry Seinfeld show. So, all right, you know what? 50-50, I'll take it any day of the week, even though 50-50 is like a losing day because you probably lost the juice. But we'll get some good winners throughout today. How about my White Sox on the walk-off, says Creekman. Ball Cash, winners, we want winners. And that's what my buddy's going to get. Hey?
I want winners.
Yeah, I want winners too. And the other thing I want?
Can we have fun?
Absolutely.
You're damn right. I demand that we have fun.
And we always have fun here doing the baseball show here on the YouTube channel. And if you missed the baseball show, you can catch the replay on our YouTube channel or go to the website, atsstats.com, and we'll give you guys some winners each and every day. All right, Greek Man says, good morning, Ron. And yeah, let's have a great morning today. And you know what? The bullpen, let's do a bullpen call, a roll call for the bullpen. So if you're out there in the bullpen, that's what we call our chat box. You know, people always ask me, they send me, hey, you keep talking about the bullpen. What's the bullpen? The bullpen is our chat box. So when people come in, they say good morning, and you can chat and give us your selections, give us your feedback, give us your winning information that we can share, right? Sharing is caring, or caring is sharing. And we try to give a lot of information out to everybody, so that way when they make their selections, they can have a good day. All right, let's go ring the opening bell, and let's go see what the markets did yesterday. And in this corner, weighing $1.50 is the bookmaker. And you know what? Bookmaker's doing all right, I think. 67% of the favorites won yesterday. Another winning day for the favorites. 10-5 straight up. And if you look at the last 25 days, look at all the green candles in the left column right here. Holy cow, where's my Harry Carey? I need a Harry Carey for this one. Oh, not this one. There we go.
Holy cow!
Yeah, it's a favorite. If you're betting favorites, you're smiling like a butcher's dog because they are doing very well. Now, here's the good news for the underdog players. If you're a dog player,
it's a dog-eat-dog world, Sammy, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
Yeah, if you're a dog player, here's the good news. 73% of the run line underdogs won yesterday, 11-4. So let's do a little quick math here. If you see that the favorites went 10-5 straight up, but the underdogs won 11-4, what's your first gut reaction? What's your first instinct, right? My instinct is like, wow, there must have been a lot of one-run games last night. That's my first flex. And when I went to the computer picks, so when I go on the website and I go to my dashboard, last 100, I can see the games from last night. And the computer picks, if you're ever wondering, you know, when I give out the forecast each and every day, I say I go 4.08 to 3.82. That's the computer pick. And if you ever want to see what the computer picks last 100 win percentage is, it's 56%. And you remember on Monday I said, you know, if you're picking 56%, you're making a bit of money, right? So if the favorites are winning at 10-5 yesterday, but the run line 11-4, how many one-run games were there last night? St. Louis, Miami, one-run game. Cincy, Pittsburgh, one run. San Diego, Philly, one run. That's 3. We got 4 here with Boston, Toronto. 5 with Detroit, Atlanta. 6 with Tampa Bay, Minnesota. 7 with the Yankees. No, wait a minute. That's the 18th thing. No, 18. That's Baltimore. That should be Baltimore. That was a 4-2 win, not the Mets. Okay, yeah, the New York Mets. Yeah. All right, so see, those New York teams throw me off here. Hey, shiny thing in the corner threw Ron off here. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Detroit, Atlanta. 6, Tampa Bay, Minnesota. 7, New York and the Rangers. And 7, I think we're at 7. That's what I counted this morning. So 7 one-run games. Now, if you guys recall during the week, I said, guys, if you're an underdog player and you want to help your ratio do a little bit better, and it's been 13% better, 41.1% of the underdogs have won in baseball this year. 54.2% on the season on the run line. Now, it gets a little bit better on the 3-day average. You can see 34% of the dogs won straight up, but look at the run line the last 3 days. 63%. That's, what is that? That's about 49%. Hey? Holy cow.
Holy cow.
Guys, I hate, beating a dead horse here, but if you're not playing the run line on underdogs, you are you're missing out on some money here. You really are. All right, 55.3% of the games have gone over the last 3 days, and we are in a neutral market when it comes to the total. And I see my good friend Who's Mizzou's in the house.
Show me the money!
And there we go. There you go. Who's Mizzou? You get the show me the money. And there's my good friend, the bench boss, Jerry Davis. Jerry Davis is in the house. There you go, bench boss. You got a good morning, and everybody's in tip-top shape here on a wacky Wednesday, June 19th, and hopefully you guys are, and I think it's a federal holiday in the United States, right? Juneteenth Day, they call it, so happy Juneteenth days to all our American friends down south, and hopefully you guys are having a good, safe day today, and enjoy the baseball games. You know what? If you're on a federal holiday, and you get the day off today, why not kick back? Hey, have a coffee, have a Coke, have a pop, have a beer, have something, and then watch those games. And it all kicks off at 12 to 20 Eastern, I think, in Atlanta. In the ATL, where our good friend Ball Cash is from, right, Ball Cash? I think you're from the ATL, if I'm not mistaken. All right, what else we got here? Yeah, computer picks doing pretty good. The over/under, not so bad, 47. But let's kick it off, and let's go get some winners here, eh? Let's kick it off, and we'll kick it off with a little Harry Carey this morning. What do you think? Eh? A little Carey. How about this one here?
There's a drive. Way back. It might be. It could be.
It is. It's a home run. All right, just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside.
All right, let's go to the ATL. Speaking of the ATL, let's go to Atlanta, where they're going to host the Detroit Tigers. Tigers coming off a 2-1 loss last night to the Atlanta Braves. Today they're going to send one of their aces, Tarik Skubal, maybe the ace for the Detroit Tigers. Now Detroit's on a 3-game losing streak. They'll be facing a hot pitcher in Reynaldo Lopez. And the reason he's hot, he's got a 1.69 ERA. He's 4-2 in the year. And looking at the Detroit Tigers, they don't have a lot of fun at SunTrust. Hey, can we have fun? Yeah, I don't think they have a lot of fun at SunTrust Park right away.
Can we have fun?
Not in the ATL, you won't, because you're 6-9 in your last 15 visits, 4-11 to the under, and Atlanta has now won the last 4 games against the Tigers in Atlanta. So I'm going to lean towards the Atlanta Braves here today with that 169. The only thing I'm a little concerned about, if you look at my value index, I got 246 on the Braves, but the bookmakers are telling us it's only 126. Why? Well, that's because Skubal's pitching for the Tigers, right? He's 8-2 in a year, a 2.20 ERA. And I know, see, Jerry Davis goes under. That's your first reaction, right? When you get 2 aces like this, or 2 very good pitchers with minuscule ERAs of 2.20 and 1.69, obviously your flex is going to be under. 7.5 is a total. And let's go to the rain report. You know what? Let's whenever we get a game like this, we got to go inside the numbers, and let's go inside this game. And let's go find the needle in the haystack, right? Anytime you get these 2 aces or 2 pitchers with good ERAs, it's like trying to find the needle in the haystack. So, all right, Kogel's very high. Watch out, JD. 68%. Kogo stands for chance of game going over the total. And that's because, let me see the under record. Is there an under streak here? No, last three for Detroit. Last 2 for the Atlanta Braves. And what else do we got here? Last 7 games, they're giving up 3.14 runs per game. And look at Detroit, only scoring 1 run per game last 3 games. When Detroit's on the road, 7.5 is the total. 5-5 is the record. When Atlanta's at home, the total 7.5. 1-4 to the under. So you might be onto something there, Jerry. But you're going to need Reynaldo Lopez to go deep here because 7.5 runs seems like a lot. Seems like a lot to me. This is the 3rd game of the series. And anytime Atlanta's at home on the 3rd game of the series, 4-6-1 to the under. And when Detroit's on the road, 3rd game of the series, the over-under is 7-3. You know what? I'm going to stick with my my first gut reaction. I'm going to go Atlanta over the Detroit Tigers, and you can put it on the board.
You can put it on the board, yes!
All right, let's go to PNC Park, where the Pirates are going to host the Cincinnati Reds, and the Pittsburgh Pirates losing last night 2-1 to Nick Lodolo. Hey, Nick Lodolo, somebody talked about that yesterday. Nick Lodolo, a fine pitcher. Well, he was fine yesterday because the Reds got the win. 2-1 was the final. Today you got Hunter Greene going up against Mitch Keller, who's basically a Reds killer. Hey, Mitch Keller, the Reds killer. Hey, there's a little rhyme right there, eh? They said there'd be no rhyming in this show. But Mitch Keller, 8-4 on the year, 3.36, 7-3 in his last 10 starts against Cincinnati, 4-5-1 to the under. And for the Hunter Greene, 5-2 in the campaign, 3.61. Cincinnati, though, even though they won last night, 5-10 the last 10 trips to PNC Park, 4-11-0 to the under. And check this out. Hey, I gotta queue up my Harry Carey because this is gonna be a Harry Carey right here. 11 of the last 12 games in Pittsburgh between the Bucks and the Reds have gone under the total. 11 of 12 have gone under the total in Pittsburgh.
Holy cow!
Yeah, that's a good holy cow right there. All right, so can Mitch Keller and Hunter Greene keep it low tonight or this afternoon? This game's a 12:35 start, so if you want to get in on this one, it's like going to the racetrack. You know what the worst? I'm just going to go, I got to bring up a little bit of horse racing right here, hey? You know what the worst feeling is when you go to the track? First of all, I think the tracks, I think some of the start times are too early. You know what I mean? It's like there's nothing worse when you get to the parking lot, the track, and you know you only got like 2-3 minutes to get that first race in, right? I'm that guy. If I'm there, I want to get that. You know, I want to be at race 1, okay? But there's nothing worse when you get there and you know like they're circling the gate, and you're just like, man, I got to get to that gate. Let's park the car. Let's go. Anyways, back to baseball. I just thought I'd bring that up. I'm a horse racing guy. You guys know I love horses. All right, back to this one. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pittsburgh Pirates minus 118, and we're getting really good value today on Mitch Keller, the Reds killer, right? Minus 166. Kogo's at 77%, so be careful if you 100% Ron, I hate missed the first race. See, the horse racing guys get it, eh? The horse racing guys get it. And you know why? Is because we're up early doing our homework, eh? It's all the leg work. You do it early in the morning. I'm an early bird. I like to get up early in the morning. And if I'm going to go to the track, I want to, get the racing form, look at my the races, and I'll just, I do my homework. I just don't want to miss that first race. that's just me. All right. Anyways, I'm going to go with the Bucks over the Reds, and as a Hawk would say,
you can put it on the board, yes!
All right, let's go to Marlins Park, where Miami beat the St. Louis Cardinals 9-8 last night. Man, another high-scoring affair at Marlins Park. The Cardinals won the other night. I think it was 7-6 was that final. And this one was 9-8. Man, there's like almost 30-some runs scored in the last 2 games between the Cards and the Marlins. And today you have Kyle Gibson guitar going up against Yanni Chirinos, who's a call-up. Now, Yanni used to pitch with the Rays, and in fact, he pitched a few places, I think, and he's a call-up now for this game. He was in AAA Jacksonville, where he had a few starts this year in Jacksonville. And let me see here. Yeah, so last time Yanni pitched was August 19th of last year, I believe, right? So this year he's getting Yeah, he was with Tampa Bay and Atlanta. He had a little stint in Atlanta, but mostly I remember Yanni as a Tampa Bay Rays pitcher, and mostly bullpen, right? Mostly bullpen work for Yanni. But he's getting the call up today, so this will be his first start. He'll be pumped for this one. And the Marlins 2-8 in the last 10 games. And if you look at St. Louis, they are 6-4. St. Louis now 9-6 last 15 visits in Miami. 5 of the last 6 games I've gone over. I'm going to go as much as I want to cheer on for Yanni here, because I love when people get their opportunity to come back and they get the start and they have call up from the minors. I'm going to go I'm going to go with the St. Louis Cardinals and the over. I like the over in this one a little bit better, I think, but I'm going to go St. Louis. Minus 172 is a little chalky for Kyle Gibson, right? And I just think it's a little... And, these last 2 games between the Cards and Marlins have been by 1 run, right? And we talked at the top of the show, the SBI, we had 7 1-run games yesterday, right? So be careful with your selections here. If you like the side, I'm leaning towards St. Louis. A little chalky, though, 172. I think the over is where you cash the ticket.
You can put it on the board, yeah!
Yeah, I spend 4 times as much time on horse capping compared to other sports. Yeah, you know what? It's just I just find horse racing with the younger generation is not as if you grew up I grew up in the 70s and 80s, and I grew up in Ottawa, so there was 2 racetracks. There was one at Rio Carlton, and then you can go to, across the river and the Connaught Park. I don't know if people remember Connaught Park, Connaught. And if you go to Montreal, there used to be what was that, Blue Bonnet? I think it was called in Montreal, the Blue Bonnet racetrack. Or if you go to Toronto and you just spend the time at the track in Toronto, the Woodbine. But yeah, growing up, harness racing, right? We didn't get thoroughbred here in Ottawa. We had Rio Carlton and the Connaught, so it was more horse racing. But yeah, spent a lot of time at the track when in my late teens, early 20s, but still like to go and feed the ponies. And a little shout out to all the people of the horse racing industry. I know those people work very, very hard. All right, back to this one. Let's go to Philadelphia. Hey, let's go to Citizens Bank Park where the Phillies, the gift that just keeps on giving. 4-3 winner last night. Ranger Suarez going to toe the rubber today for the Phillies up against Matt Waldron. Is Matt Waldron a knuckleball pitcher? I remember I said that last time. Is he a knuckleballer? I can't remember. You guys know if Waldron's a knuckleball pitcher? I think he is. I'm not sure. Anyway, San Diego, as Joe Namath would say, struggling. Yeah, 5-game losing streak. And for the Phillies, they're 5-5, not bad. But the Phillies had a really tough schedule, right? They had Baltimore. Who else did they have? They had their strength of schedule. What is it right now? The SOS, 57%. It was like 72 a couple of days ago. So Padres, not really doing well right now. 4-6. Matt Waldron on the season, 4-6, a 3.66 ERA. And the bad news is they're facing probably somebody who's going to be up in the Cy Young conversation. That's Ranger Suarez. And the lefty is 10-1, a 1.72 ERA. And you know what? This just in, Ranger Suarez, a 5-0 lifetime against the Padres. Give me Philadelphia. I can't take San Diego. They're struggling. Yeah. Philadelphia's won the last 5 games. San Diego 4-11 in the last 15 games at Citizens Bank Park, and 7 of the last 8 games between these two teams in Philadelphia has gone over the total. Holy cow. Give me the Philadelphia Phillies today against San Diego, and you can
put it on the board, yeah.
He is, says Greek man, 581. Yeah. He will be in the conversation. All right, Chicago Cubs. Hey, all the Cubby fans out there. Hey, it's Wrigley, 2:20 Eastern. You know where you're going to be. You're probably out in the bleachers having a few pops. Hey, having a few pops and watching the Cubs take on the Giants. What a great day. Hopefully it's nice and sunny. In fact, let's go. Let me be a weather report guy here for you guys. And today in Chicago, 22% chance of precipitation, 84 degrees, and the wind is 11 miles per hour blowing out. So you might get a few some few baseballs out there in right field or left field in the at Wrigley. All right, baseball and bong rip, baseball and bong. All right, rest in peace season continues, baby, from the Garden City, Colorado. All right. Poe DeGen Stoner is in the house, and he's bringing in the heat. Hey, look at those fastballs he just threw in the bullpen. All right, we'll have to get the pitching coach there to see if you're ready for the 7th inning there, Poe DeGen. All right, so we got the Cubbies against the Giants. You got Kyle Hendricks going up against Spencer Howard. Howard 0-1 on the year, 4.02 ERA. And for the Cubbies, well, they are Kendricks 0-4. Kendricks 0-4, 8.20 ERA. 8-6 lifetime against the Giants. 3-10-1 to the under. Now, let me take a look at the numbers on Hendricks. Is he mostly a bullpen guy this year? Okay, let me see. Rejoining the rotation. Hendrick listed a probably pitcher. Blah, blah, blah. All right, so we'll return. So where was yeah, no, he was starter. Yeah, but he's coming back in the rotation. All right. Yeah, no, you know what? He's been spot duty. He's been in the rotation. All right. Kyle Hendricks, the 34-year-old, is, as I said, 0-4 this year, but a bloated ERA of 8.20. So be careful if you like the Cubbies today. I'm not touching this one. I'm going to go under the total. I know the total is 11.5. That seems like a lot. You might get 11 at some spot, but if you can get the hook, get the hook. Hey, hook 'em, Dano. Chicago Cubs 1-9 to the under last 10 games. Kogo's at 50%, which I like. Kogo is the percentage play on the ratio of the law of average theory. And minus 168 is my value index. And you can see the Cubbies getting a little discount today. A little hometown discount for the Cubs at minus 120. But I kind of like that Hendrick lifetime against San Fran. 3-10-1 to the under. We just need Spencer Howard not to give up too many dingers today at Wrigley. Give me the under 11.5 today at Wrigley. And you can put it on the board.
You can put it on the board. Yes.
Run totals like Coors Field. Yeah, exactly. That's what, Coors and Wrigley, two parks you don't want to make too many totals picks on those two venues, right? All right, the Arizona Diamondbacks taking on the Washington Nationals. Now you got the veteran lefty Patrick Corbin going up against Brandon Pfaadt, not Fat, Brandon Pfaadt of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Brandon is 3-5, 4.38 ERA. The lefty Corbin is 1-7, 5.84 ERA, and he's 0-4 lifetime against Arizona, 3-1 to the over. The D-backs are now on a 6-game win streak in Washington. They are 9-6 last 15, 6-9 to the under, and the last 3 games I've gone under the total between these two teams in Washington, and 4 of the last 5 I've gone under. I'm going to go Arizona. I know we got some good numbers pointing us towards, leading us to water on the under, but I'm going to go Arizona on this one. I can't take Corbin on a total under. It's not with that ERA of 5.84, and Brandon Pfaadt 4.38 ERA, a little bit above average. And I know brother Davis loves league, but injuries in bottom half of the order. And Browns over 6.5 plus 125. ESPN bet says Poe DeGen Stoner. Houston doesn't strike out much. Yeah, no, they don't. All right, so the bullpen's very active today. I didn't have a poll question of the day. Normally I have a poll question of the day, but I was running a little bit late this morning. And maybe if you guys have a good question, if you guys have a question you want me to type up in the bullpen, I'll put it up and we'll see what the bullpen thinks, right? Sometimes, the audience comes up with a great question. And if you have a great question that, sometimes you're sitting there, and we had a good one the other day. Remember I said, what team do you trust most? You trust A-type teams in a bearish state cycle. You trust teams that are B-type teams, which are 50 to 59.9 in a neutral cycle, or if you trust C-type teams in a bullish cycle, meaning on the winning streak. And I think it was like 57% the audience said that teams that are A-type teams in a bearish cycle was where they would lean. All right, so Arizona, Washington. I'm going to go under Arizona today. I'm going to take Arizona. I'm going to go Brandon Pfaadt. And let's see if Arizona can make it 7 wins in a row at Nationals Park and put it on the board.
You can put it on the board, yes!
I kind of like when Hawk takes over a bit. It gives me a little breathing room. Hey, it's like a quarterback. It lets me reset my feet in the pocket, right? Hey, got to reset my feet, get my read. And as you guys know, I coach football and I'm a quarterback coach, and I always tell our quarterbacks, right, when they're doing their progression read, 1-2, then it's you. And what that means is, like, let's say in the quarterback after the snap, He looks off his wide out, goes to his slot, and then if it's not open, then 1-2 read. 1-2, then you. That means bolt. Hey, get the feet going. That's why footwork is very important for quarterbacks in the pocket. All right, Cleveland Guardians minus 128. 8 is the total. And who's going to go here? You got Tanner Bibby against Brian Rue. Brian Rue missed his last start. He had some discomfort in his forearm, so that's why he missed that last start. And you know what? Brian Rue, since he's been called back here, or I don't know if he was called back or he's just from injury, he's 3-0, a 1.07 ERA. That's phenomenal numbers right there. Seattle, hey, big winner yesterday. Was our underdog play of the day, and we got that W. Hey,
Yeah, baby.
yeah. Hey, did you guys like that? Did you like that?
You like that? You like that?
I did like that, Kirk, and we did get that W. And today, Seattle with Brian Rue on the hill, minus 3-0, 1.07 ERA. Seattle 11-4 last 15 trips to Progressive Field. You know, when a team owns you,
Joe own the Chiefs.
Owns.
yeah, Seattle right now is owning the Cleveland Guardians. 11-4 last 15 at Progressive Field, 9-5-1. And Seattle, check this out. I got to cue up Harry Carey after this one. Seattle has won 10 of the last 11 games in Cleveland.
Holy cow!
6 of the last 7 have gone over the total. So there you go. Hey, those are hey, that's why you watch the show, to get the pearls, baby. You know, you could be like my good friend Greg Dempson used to say, you know, you could be a Nobel Peace Prize winner, but if you don't give them the pearls, they don't give a rat's ass about you. Give them the pearls, baby. Give them the pearls. Hey, that's what we call winners. I want winners.
I want winners.
All right, you know what? Let's go Seattle run line. Hey, threw you a curveball right there. I'm gonna go Seattle run line, and you know we had 7 one-run games yesterday, so I'm gonna jump on that run line bandwagon, and let's see if we can get that out. Almost didn't get that out there, eh? Bandwagon. Struggling just a bit here. Only working on 1 cup of coffee here today. That's okay. It's Yankees and Baltimore in the Bronx, and first pitch today, 7:05 Eastern. And hey, look who's back again. Look who's back. It's Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole is back. He's up against Cade Povich of the Baltimore Orioles. And Garrett Cole, you know what? Welcome back. Welcome back, Cotter. And minus 165 is the line. 8.5 is the total. And the computer pick leaning with the Yankees here. But as Lee Corso would say, not so fast, my friends, because I'm leaning towards Baltimore on the run line. I like Baltimore. And Garrett Cole, the reason why I like Baltimore, all right, you know why I like Baltimore? They've won 3 of the last 4 games against Garrett Cole. That's why I like Baltimore today. And you know what? The other reason why I like Baltimore? Value, baby. Hey, we're getting a little bit of value here. I think 165 is a little hefty for a pitcher who's making his first starts. And when I look at Garrett Cole's rehab stints, he pitched 3 games, and I think one was 2 in Hartford. Let's see here. What did I see this morning? Yeah, 2 in Hartford, 1 in Rochester. So in the first game on June 4th, he went 3 1/3, 2 hits, 5 Ks. That's phenomenal. Hartford on June 9th, 4 2/3, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 home run. Gave up a home run in the minors, 4 Ks. And then this one here scares me a bit. This tells me he's in fine form. 4 1/3 inning, 2 hits, 1 run. You know how many Ks he had in that game? 10 Ks. Wow, that's yeah. But anyways, hey, I'm not gonna brush him up here. I'm going against him today. Hey, still impressive, 10 Ks, but you're up against the Baltimore Orioles, and the Orioles will be in a nasty mood now. They're off a 4-2 loss. Hey, they lost to Cortez. Come on, hey, you know if any of those pitchers on the Yankees that you want to rock, it was yesterday with Nestor Cortez Jr. The stash, but the stash was did a good job. In fact, let me see here. 7-3 Baltimore last 10. New York 6-4. A neutral against A neutral. And I'm going to go Baltimore run line. Cole shut out last start versus Orioles, but then he has a 6.92 ERA at Yankee Stadium in the last 2 against the O's. So what do? I'll tell you what you do there, Jerry Davis. You go Baltimore plus 1.5 runs, and you can, you know what? Put it on the board.
You can put it on the board. Yes.
Yeah, and 8-7. Baltimore's 8-7 last 15 trips at Yankee Stadium. You know, the Baltimore Orioles, they're a different team than we're used to seeing the last 2 years. Baltimore's A game is they're a team going up. You know what I mean? And the Yankees are really a good team this year too. So it's going to be a great series, going to be a great game. But I'm going to go with I'm going to go against the Greene here. I know the public will be all over the Yankees with Garrett Cole, and yeah. All right, Toronto Blue Jays, man. So the Toronto Blue Jays lose Bichette, right? Dante Bichette. Dante Bichette. I keep mixing up with his dad's name. Okay? No, Dante's the dad. Come on, Ron. Why are you having a brain fart right now? Toronto Blue Jays. Let me go to my. Hey, when you get these senior moments sometimes, hey. Let me see here. Bo Bichette, yeah. I keep calling him Dante. You know what? You know how many times I call him? You know how many times I call him Dante Bichette? Hey, I'm old school. All right, so the Toronto Blue Jays. Here's the thing. I'm gonna go on the Jays rant right now. Hey, rumors Judge is sitting past. Oh, really? Okay, that's good to know. Rumors Aaron Judge is sitting today, and we'll see. All right, so Toronto Blue Jays. Here's my take on the Blue Jays. 35-38. You know, they got a lot of young studs, right? Bichette, Guerrero. They got Springer. They got a lot of veteran. This team they don't have a culture of winning. They don't know how to win. And one of the hardest thing as a coach, and as you guys know, I talk about my coaching all the time with football, is how do you, if you're a manager, and like Schneider is, you gotta find what's the difference between winning, right? What's the balance of winning and having fun? Somebody's knocking on our door here. Anyways, the security system will take it. The balance in sports, and if you're managing, you're a coach or whatever, where's the difference between having fun and winning? It's a very delicate balance. And you look at the Yankees, you look at the last year the Texas Rangers, you look at the teams that win, you look at the culture. They don't have these props in the dugouts after a home run, right? And but that's part of the having fun part, right? I get it. But when you're in professional sports and you want to win, there's a certain culture of and habit you got to have of winning. Winning it comes natural. You can't force it. You either have the players or you don't have the players, and it's just there's a certain confidence level in the dugout on winning. And right now, the Toronto Blue Jays, I just don't think they have the chemistry or the history or the experience of knowing how to win, like winning those close games and just being winners, right? And then the problem is in Schneider. When I look at the Schneider, he's probably I don't know if he's a player's coach or if he's just like a drill sergeant, but at the end of the day, the one thing you don't want, you can't be. Everybody wants to be liked, but sometimes you got to be their coach. Right? And it's a very delicate balance because you don't want to be the a-hole that they all hate, right? As a coach, that's one of the biggest problems sometimes as coaching, right? Is if when at the end of the day, your job's on the line. And if you don't instill your philosophy and your work ethic in a team, well, at the end of the day, you're going to be unemployed. And you got to find a way to instill a winning culture in the Toronto Blue Jays. Now, and if you look at each player individually, go back in their their junior days or their high school or college, university or AAA, and go see if they've won before. And that's, to me, and with analytics today, you got to win. You got to know how to win. You got to have a culture of winning, and when you lose, you got to be pissed off. Like there's no such thing as a bad loss. A loss is a loss. It's an L, and you can't be happy with losses, right? And right now, losing Bo Bichette, now it's gut check time for the Toronto Blue Jays, right? And there has to be a sense of seriousness in that dugout on knowing how to win. You got to start building a culture of winning, and it's just like you look at the Yankees dugout. It's serious. It's a very serious dugout. You look at Baltimore, it's serious. I don't know if Baltimore, if they have like a prop. I think what they do is they drink that water out of the spout. But anyways, those props, yeah, they're cute. I guess that's the word I want to use. Those props are cute. I know some of the teams have like the swords and the things. Those are cute, right? To me, that's college stuff. But as professionals, you got to act like you've been there before. Anyways, I said I'd go on a Blue Jay run today. It's just, to me, the Blue Jays, it's the culture is, they don't have a culture of winning. And it starts with the leadership, right? Guys challenging guys. Like, you got to pick up your game. Anyways, all right, 0-25 as far as game not scoring a run. I don't know if the streak is still going up a while, but we're 0-25 in the run first innings. And DFS takes on Roto Grinder early episodes. All right, at least DFS takes on Roto. Okay, what do you guys think? Do you guys agree with me on the Blue Jays stuff, or do you just you don't care? Hey, anyways, Boston taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. Kevin Gausman going up against Brayan Bello, and Boston 6-9 straight up last 15 games in Toronto. But Boston coming in hot. Be bullish, and they've been bullish now for three days. 1-3-1 to the under last 5 games, and Kevin Gausman lifetime against the Boston Red Sox 13-12, 8-14-3 to the under. The last 5 starts for Gausman against Boston have gone over the total, so keep an eye on that. The last 5 games for the Boston Red Sox for Gausman against Boston has gone over the total. I'll take Boston plus money every time, says Berto. Yeah, you know what? That's my pick right there. Boston plus 1.5 runs, and you can put it on the board.
You can put it on the board, yes!
I just felt like I spanked the Blue Jays for some reason, right? Hey, I feel kind of bad there, spanking my team here. But, hey, you know what? If you don't say it, that's why we do the show, right? And you guys sometimes, all the time, you got to say how you feel. I just look at because I follow the Blue Jays, right? I live in Ottawa. They're just down to 401, and I hate seeing this team not struggling. And they spend all this money on these players, and they're not winning. And it's about culture. Anyways, get off the Blue Jays, Ron. Let's go to the Twins. All right, Twinkies taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. Tampa Bay is coming off a 7-6 loss yesterday. Tough loss. That was a tough loss for the Rays. And Minnesota minus 158 today. Joe Ryan going up against Taj Bradley of the Tampa Bay Rays. And Bradley on the season, let's go get his numbers. 2-4 on the campaign, 4.23 ERA. Joe Ryan 5-5, 3.24 is his ERA. And you know what? 3 of the last 4 games in Minnesota have gone over the total. And 11 of the 15 games that been played at Target Field between the Rays and the Twins have gone over the total. So you know what? I'm probably going to lean towards the over right now. It's just one thing I don't like in sports betting and sports handicapping. When it looks too easy and all the trends point to one way, I'm a law of average guy, right? And it's just, it's when you're going with the trend, you're bucking, you don't want to buck the trend because it's, the trend is the trend. Kogo's at 25%. Look at that. Very low Kogo. Kogo stands for chance of game going over the total based on the law of average theory. Minnesota's hot. 6-game win streak. They've been bullish now 5 days. And Tampa Bay, I keep waiting for Kevin Cash to turn things around here in Tampa Bay, but I don't think it's going to happen. 34-39. And the pitching woes just not, man, they're talk about an organization who just, struck by lightning by pitching woes. It's Tampa Bay. 3-7 last 10. Give me the over today between the Rays and the Minnesota Twins, and you can put it on the board.
You can put it on the board, yes!
Yeah, Vlad Bichette and Springer have fallen off so suddenly this year. Well, yeah, and you know what? I get why Vladdy, he's batting third? Isn't he batting third in the order? And when you're batting third, and you know that you're very undisciplined at the plate, you're gonna swing at everything. What's his let me see. Oh, he's batting second now. All right. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's the wrong one. I'm looking at the wrong thing here. Let me get to my lineups. All right, I thought Vladdy always batted third here. Let me see. Yeah, batting third. Varshall's Varshall. I don't know with Varshall, man. I just don't think he plays enough. How many games has he played? Varshall. Yeah, June 10. Yeah, no, he's been in lineup pretty regularly. They have so many outfielders, and they're doing the rotation. But I look at this lineup for the Blue Jays: Horwitz, Schneider, Guerrero, Varshall, Jansen, Turner, Springer, Skinner, Falefa, and Clement. Yeah, doesn't woo me. It doesn't really woo me. All right, over Minnesota, Tampa Bay. All right, let's go to Arlington with the Texas Rangers on a 5-game losing streak, taking on the New York Mets. Hey, the Mets, man, they're on a heater right now, right? We said the other day the 3 hottest teams in baseball: Seattle. Who was the other one? Seattle, New York Mets, and there was one more. I threw it out. Crap. There was one more. Anyways, there's 3 teams. I think it was Baltimore, but now Baltimore's fallen, so there's probably just 2 teams. In fact, now I got to go look. Hey, don't tell them, show them, Ron. Let's go to the strength of schedule. Let's go look at the hottest teams in baseball right now, the SOS, Major League Baseball, and where's MLB? Oh, talk about the hockey game. What a game last night in Florida. Man, that was great hockey. 4-1, and then they almost made a comeback. All right, top teams right now. Teams with 10 wins or more. How many teams in the last 14 games have 10 wins or more? New York Mets got 11-3. Yeah, holy cow. Who else? Seattle 10-4, and those are your 2 hottest teams. So I was right there. All right, so Texas Rangers going to send Andrew Heaney to the hill today against Sean Manaea. Now, when you first look at this and you're saying, oh, the Mets are on a heater right now, so you might want to consider the lefty. But looking at the Sean Manaea, keep in mind, he's pitched in Oakland. He's been around. 4-3 in the year, 4.11 ERA. Andrew Heaney, 2-8 on the campaign, 4.19 ERA. And Manaea, 10-6 lifetime against the Rangers, 9-7-0 to the over, but he's lost his last 3 starts to Texas, so that kind of concerns me just a little bit. But the New York Mets, man, they should consider making Texas their home field because they're 7-3 last lifetime in Texas. Can you believe that? Two storied franchise like the Mets and Texas Rangers, and New York has only been in Arlington 10 times. 7-3, 6-3-1 to the over, and the New York Mets have won 5 of the last 6 games in Texas, and 5 of the last 6 has gone over the total, and that's where I'm leaning. I can't, because Manaea's lost his last 3 games to the Texas Rangers, and both these pitchers kind of high ERA. I'm going to go over the total today. I'm going to go New York Mets, Texas Rangers over 8.5, and put it on the board.
You can put it on the board. Yes.
All right, let's go to Chicago. The White Sox going to take on the Houston Astros, who are going to send Hunter Brown to the hill against Garrett Crochet, who's 6-5, a 3.16 ERA, where Brown is 3-5, an ERA of 5. The Houston Astros last night, a 2-0 loss to the White Sox at Guaranteed Rate Field. And looking at the Chicago White Sox on the analytics, 4-6 in the last 10, 4-5-1. Kogo's at 53%. You got C neutral against C neutral today, so you got C on C type crime. Houston, though, the favorite, -112 against Crochet and the White Sox. And Houston, we got a problem. We're only 6-9 at Guaranteed Rate Field last 15, 5-9-1 to the under. The last 4 games in this series in Chicago on the south side has gone under the total. 5 of the last 6 has gone under. And you know where I'm going. I'm going under the total today between the Houston Astros and the Chicago White Sox. And it's just appropriate to have the Hawk give us the sign off on this game.
You can put it on the board.
Yes. All right. Colorado taking on the LA Dodgers. The Dodgers are going to send Bobby Miller. Hey, I'm doing a Miller.
Dilly, dilly.
Dilly, dilly.
Dilly, dilly, Bobby Miller. You got a dilly, dilly. Ryan Feltner going here for the Rockies. And looking at the Rockies on a 3-game losing streak. Losing last night, tough one, 11-9 against Walker Buehler's day off in the Dodgers. And today, looking at the starting numbers for Bobby Miller.
Dilly, dilly.
Dilly, dilly.
1-1, a 5.40 ERA, where Ryan Feltner 1-6. Hey, 1-6. Hey, pitchers, hey, you want to end your career? Go pitch at Coors. 1-6, a 5.71 ERA. LA Dodgers 10-5 in their last 15 trips to Coors, 8-7 to the over. And the LA Dodgers have won 4 of the last 5 games. The last 3 games at Coors between these 2 teams have gone over the total. 4 of the last 5 have gone over. And I'm going to go with the trend there. I'm going to go over the total today at Coors with Bobby Miller.
Dilly, dilly.
Dilly, dilly.
Against Ryan Feltner. And put it on the board.
You can put it on the board. Yes.
All right, let's go to Angel Stadium where the Milwaukee Brewers... I took Milwaukee yesterday. You know, these 2 teams, like win one, lose one, right? You ever see those patterns? Hey, I hate getting in those type of situations, right? Because you just don't want to. It's like musical chairs type thing. All right, the Milwaukee Brewers -163. They're going to send Freddie Peralta to the hill against Tyler Anderson, who's 6-6 on the year, but an ERA of 2.58, pretty good ERA. And Freddie Peralta 4-4, 4.38 ERA. Milwaukee 6-9 last 15 trips to Halo Land, 5-8-2 to the under. LA Angels have won 5 of the last 6 games against the Brew Crew, and the under is 1-4-1 last 5 games between these two teams. And looking at Anderson starts against Milwaukee, he's only 2-4 lifetime, 2-3-1, and the last 3 starts for Anderson against Milwaukee has gone under the total. But I'm gonna go with the run line here. I kind of like the fact that the Angels are 9-6 lifetime, or not lifetime, last 15 at Halos Park or Angel Stadium. And I'm going to go LA Angels plus 1.5 runs against the Brew Crew. And let's put that on the board.
You can put it on the board, yes!
All right, last game will be played at the Ring Central Coliseum, or whatever it's called these days. We'll just call it Raider Field, the old Raider Field. Kansas City taking on the Athletics, and they're going to send Cole Reagans to the hill, the lefty, against Luis Funky Cole Medina. And looking at the Kansas City Royals, they're on a 2-game losing streak. The last 4 games for the A's have gone over the total. Oakland on the season, 27-48, 1-9 in their last 10 games.
Struggling.
Yeah, just a bit, Joe. And so is Kansas City.
Struggling.
3-7 last 10 games. Kogo's at 34%. My value index at -136. So if you like Kansas City, you're getting a $30 overpriced pizza today with the Royals. But the good news is Kansas City with no, there's no good news. Hey, I was gonna put in a joke there, like a Geico insurance joke. You know, I just saved a bunch of money by switching to Geico, but I can't do that. Kansas City 4-4 for Reagans, 3.14. They're only 5-10 against the A's. 5-10 last 15 trips, 6-9-0 to the under. Oakland has won 4 of the last 5 games. I'm gonna go Oakland run line. Oakland run line, and I'm gonna put that on the board. Hey. You think Kansas City makes the playoffs this year?
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs?
Sorry, Jim. I was just trying to, see what the audience thought. All right, Oakland plus 1.5 runs, and put it on the board.
You can put it on the board, yes!
All right, let's do a little recap here. Hey, a little recap. Let's go around the. Let's go diamond surfing around the horn. I like Atlanta against the Detroit Tigers. All right, so go back up here. I like Atlanta against Detroit. I like Pittsburgh. I like Pittsburgh against Cincinnati. I like St. Louis, but I like the over a little bit better. I like Philadelphia with Ranger Suarez over Matt Waldron and the Padres. I'm going to go under at Wrigley today between the Giants and the Cubs. Nationals Park, I'm going to go, let me see here. I'm going to go Arizona. Arizona's owns the Chiefs, as they say. They have 9-6 last 15. I'm going to take the Geico Insurance. Hey, I'm going to go Seattle plus 1.5 runs against Cleveland. Hey, Cleveland. Every time I say Cleveland.
Will the next person that sees anybody throw anything onto this field, point them out, and get them out of here? You don't live in Cleveland. You live in Cincinnati.
I live in Cincinnati. One of the greatest all-time rants, not rants, but to the audience. That was. All right, Seattle. I'm going to go plus 1.5 runs against Seattle against Cleveland. So give me Seattle plus 1.5. Baltimore plus 1.5 against the Yankees. Yeah, I know Garrett Cole. Let's see if we can spoil the party. Hey, rain on his parade. Baltimore. Yeah, I said Baltimore. Boston. I'm going to go Boston Red Sox plus 1.5 runs against the Blue Jays. I'm going to go over the total today at Target Field with the Rays and Twins. Mets, Rangers, we're going to go over the total. Houston, Chicago. Houston, we got a problem, but we're going to go under the total. LA Dodgers against the Colorado Rockies, Bobby Miller.
Dilly.
I'm going to go over the total today in Coors. And the other two, I'm going to go LA Angels plus 1.5 run against the Brew Crew, and I'm going to go Oakland plus 1.5 against the Kansas City Royals, and that's the bottom line.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
All right, so those are my selections for today. And now we're at the end of the show, and we always finish off with a little 80% Club stats brought to you by the Rain Report.
We talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice. Practice, man. I mean, how silly is that?
No, not silly at all, because we are talking about those 80% Club stats brought to you by the Rain Report right here at ATSstats.com. I'll have to rewatch. I'm a little late, says Scott Christensen. Hey, just get up for a little nappy there, Scotty. Hey, here you go, Scott. I'll put this on for you. Hey, there you go. That'll wake you up. Hey, no flute. All right, so Pittsburgh as a home favorite versus a National Central Division opponent, 16-4 straight up. What did I see here? Oakland is a home team versus an American League Central opponent, 16-4 to the over. So if you like the over in the Oakland game, there's a nice little trend. Tampa Bay is a road team during a night game before a conference game, allowed 7 runs against in their last contest, and they're coming off a road loss as an underdog, 2-11-1 to the under. All right, I see you. What else do we got here? Let me see. Atlanta as a home team last 2 years versus American League Conference opponents, so interleague play, coming off a 1-run win, and they allowed one run or more against last game, 10-1. Atlanta as a home team last 2 years, third game of a series, coming off a 2-game win streak, and they're coming off a home win, 11-2. I do like the ATL today. And Arizona is a home away favorite, playing the month of June last 2 years, 9-2 straight up. And if you like the under today between Baltimore and the Yankees, anytime the Yankees are a favorite, last 5 years, coming off 1 under or less, won the last game by 2 runs or less, and they're 4-3 in a cycle, 10-1 to the under. And Cleveland, if you like Cleveland as a favorite, last 2 years, and they have a straight up record of 0-3, there's a good bounce back record, 14-3 for the Guardians. And there you have it. That is the 80% Club stats brought to you by the Raymond Report. If you ever want to know how do you get those stats, go to your dashboard, just click dashboard, go to 80% Club stats. There's the old one. I'm going to look at the new ones. We have two 80% Club stats. The over is 12-2 for the Reds as a road team, coming off a 5-game road trip the last 2 years. If you like the Rays today, 11-2 as an away team, coming off a game where they allowed 7 runs against. The Giants today at Wrigley, they're 11-2 as a road team, coming off a 2-game road trip the last 5 years. The Guardians, we just gave you that one there. Let me see. Texas Rangers, 10-2 as a home team, coming off a loss against a National League East Division opponent the last 7 years. And National League East Division opponent, they're playing the Mets. And so those are some more of the 80% club. Oh, look at this one. The Phillies, 23-5 as a home team after a non-division game this season. There's the mic drop off right there. All right. Hey, good show today. And little Toronto Blue Jays rant. Hey, had a little rant there on the Blue Jays. Just, start winning. Start being a little bit more serious, I guess. And then the best players got to be your best players at the end of the day, right? Premium picks. Every pick now at ATS Stats is only $5. So anytime you click here and you buy a pick at the ATS, $5. That's it's like a Subway sub, right? $5 a sub. And maybe we'll start giving subs with our picks. And if you want the free rain report for the CFL tomorrow, so guys, no show tomorrow. Tomorrow's the CFL show. I'll be back on the baseball show on Friday. So what I do now is Monday to Wednesday the baseball show, Thursday the CFL show, and then back to Friday on the baseball show. And then once college football starts, then the CFL show will be Wednesday. The college football show will be Thursday, and the NFL show will be on a Friday. But that'll be only at the end of August. But just putting it out there now, put the ball in the tee, so that way when we come August and you say, hey, we didn't know about that. Yep. All right. $5 foot long is like $9 now. Yeah. See, inflation. Hey, even Subway has inflation on the subs. Yeah. Hey. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show. And as always, don't forget, if you like the show, hit the like button. I always appreciate when the likes are ups. This way it tells me you really like the show. And if you're new and the first time watching the show and you want to get notifications whenever we come on, hit the notification bell or subscribe to our channel. So this way when the Harry Carey comes on, hey, when you guys start hearing this at the beginning of the show.
Hello again, everybody. Harry Carey from Wrigley Field on a beautiful day for baseball.
Then you know the Rain Report is going to be on in about 10 seconds. All right, guys, we'll see you back on a Thursday, Thursday for the CFL show. Back on a Friendly Friday for the baseball show. In the meantime, shop for value, play those percentages. I'll see you back shortly with another Rain Report.
You can put it on the board.